Kate, so you already work at home a lot, and you've been doing so since the before times, right?
Correct.
And yeah, you've got Rockney, your dog there.
My sweet pup. Yep.
If you were to go back to a workplace, 40 hours a week, if you worked from the station just 100% of the time, how would your dog handle it?
Well, I think now I would feel bad leaving him now. He is an older dog, and he is, my shadow. But I was kind of worried about him. I was kind of worried about if that came up, if I left completely 40 hours a week again. And I think in his lifetime, I'm going to have to be home more.
So I bring this up because Rolling Stone had the story I ran into. So you got a pandemic puppy. Here's how to keep them happy once you go back to work.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things that's really, as I've scrolled through this thing, one of the things that's really missing is, how is the dog occupied? If the dog is used to being occupied by a person. And the closest thing on this list is the Furbo dog camera, right? Mm-hmm. It gives you a 160-degree wide-angle view of whatever room you have it set up in, right? And it has a barking alert. If the dog starts barking, you can get the notification and peek in. Is the dog okay or whatever? And then you can have it dispense treats. It'll toss a little treat out.
Nice.
As a reward for the dog being nice. But this article doesn't really mention, I thought maybe they'd have a robot dog or something for the dog to play with. But it's all like coping mechanisms. So there's the Furbo dog camera.
It's not a two-way communication. You can't FaceTime your dog and be like, don't eat the couch.
Yeah, you can actually. It does allow you to talk to your pet, but you don't show up on a screen or anything.
Okay.
You're just a disembodied voice. You're just a disembodied voice.
I would like to up it just a little bit, and I would like to add something where the dog can see you. Say, good boy.
Yeah. And
good job.
Is the dog going to curl up around this camera, to get comfort?
That would be sad.
Yeah. And so some of the other products, first off, that one's $169, the Furbo dog.
Oh, okay.
The Furbo dog camera. And then there's the Thundershirt dog anxiety jacket.
That is not new.
Okay.
I have seen those for years.
All right. So these are not necessarily brand new products. These are just coping mechanisms that this article is recommending. But you're familiar with this one, though.
I am. That dogs who are afraid of thunder or loud noises, you put it's kind of like a weighted blanket for puppies.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Thunder shirts. Gotcha. They just describe it as a dog anxiety jacket.
Yep. Now, my dog's not scared of thunder, so we've never had to do that, but...
$40. What about fireworks? We're in fireworks season now.
Mm-hmm. I don't think Rockney minds fireworks as much as he doesn't like animals on the TV. So,
oh yeah, that's right. Rockney sees the animals on TV and is like, starts growling at it,
barking.
Actually,
in his living room,
full on bark.
Yeah, full on bark. Like, why is that animated horse galloping with a princess? It's nuts.
Oh, even the animated animals get him, huh?
Yep.
All right, so the other solutions they provided for how's your dog going to cope with you no longer being around the house if you go back to work and you have a pandemic pup, they've got a pet bed, they've got a blanket, and they've got CBD for pets is another option here. CBD for pets, which that does sound familiar. I think I've heard of CBD dog treats before.
Yes. What about putting your scent on that blanket or on the bed? Like if you spray your perfume or your cologne or, somehow to get like your smell on their blanket or on their bed.
Yeah, take the blanket and rub it into your armpits.
Or just snuggle it a bit. I mean, it doesn't have to have your musk on there, but I would think that would be helpful.
To me, the most effective thing they've listed here is to use one of these services. And I think the specific one they recommend here is Rover, which allows you to book appointments for your dog to be walked or otherwise occupied. But otherwise, I don't see how any of these options, any of these deals actually allow you to help your dog not be so lonely without you. They don't recommend this, but I'll come out and say it. See if you can bring the dog to work. You know?
Yeah, you come out and say it, Matt. Can I bring my dog to our show?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I feel like your dog is in here often, actually.
I know. Because you can smell him on me? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah.
Smells like old dog in here. It's just Kate.
Kate, there was this article in the New York Times. Young creators are burning out and breaking down. Many people who have found fame on TikTok are struggling with mental health issues. So one of the thoughts I saw on this is, it turns out there's an endless supply of the youth who are into the idea of being a influencer, being an internet creator. Your kids, are they into this idea? Or are they too young to have been tempted by a career as an influencer, Kate?
I don't think they say, I want to be a YouTuber, but sometimes when they're pretending to do stuff like when they're playing, they pretend like they're doing a how-to video.
Okay.
So I think there's an influence for sure, but as far as like, when I grow up, I want to be on YouTube, we're not there yet.
Right. So I've seen a lot of these articles over time where they talk about the pressure to create more or less. It's like, if you want to maintain all of your followers and thus get paid, you got to produce constantly. And good luck taking a vacation.
Right.
And we've talked before about the grown men playing with what was it? My Little Pony, Barbies. What was the YouTube channel?
Disney Princesses.
So you encountered this? I forget. How did you discover this guy?
Oh, there's lots of guys out there. It's grown-ups playing with toys. It's gross. And like actually having the pretend like, oh, you're so pretty, Mulan. Let's come to my castle for a tea party. And you just see these big old man hands holding Disney princesses. And even when it's kids playing with toys, it drives me crazy. It's like, you've got so many toys. Why am I letting you watch kids play with their toys? Like, come on. So we have to have special permission to be on YouTube. So
how do you ensure that? You got things locked down, or
how do I put this nicely? They have to earn screen time. And when I say screen time, I'm talking about like a phone or a tablet, because TV, I don't view that as screen time as much. But they have to earn screen time, especially during the summer. They have to do like their math websites that they do during the school year. They have to earn their, I guess when you finish a level, it's called you earned a green light. So like if you want 15 minutes of screen time, you have to get a green light. And then when they do get screen time, they have to be very specific about what they want to do, so that they know that, and I know that they're not on YouTube or on an app that they're not supposed to be on.
And they currently share devices with you guys? They don't have a dedicated kids iPad or something like? Okay.
Nope.
Because you can do the old limit per app deal, right? Where you're like, you're allowed 30 minutes a day of YouTube.
Yeah.
But if you're watching Dr. Pimple Popper, you don't want to eat into the or you don't want to eat into the kids' YouTube time, or more importantly, deprive yourself.
Right, right.
Here it is, 11 o'clock at night. You can't sleep, and whoops, I burned up all my YouTube screen time, and now
I'm locked out.
I can't watch any boils get lanced or whatever.
Yeah.
Devastating.
That'd be terrible. I did get accused of being told that I ruined summer with learning the other day.
Okay. I remembered you had mentioned ordering books. What was like a math books? Is that what
I got the writing book first, and then we're doing the Scholastic math workbooks, because I have been going online and just printing out these math worksheets for them. And I'm like, okay, we need to do more than just multiplication. So I ordered some math workbooks, and they have to do 2 writing worksheets a day. And if they don't do the online math game, then they have to do a math worksheet for the day. So they're at least doing something. I'd like to introduce more spelling into our summer because they're both really good spellers, but I kind of want to push them. But Matt, I haven't told you. I want us girls to learn the alphabet in sign language this summer.
Oh, okay.
That is our goal for this summer. So right now we're working on A, B, C, D, E. This week is what we're doing. So
interesting. That's cool.
Yeah. But when I was making them do worksheets the other day, you're ruining summer with all this learning.
Are they both in agreement on that?
Well, that was Elliot, my 9-year-old, my younger one, who's definitely way more dramatic. But
I was going to say, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. Yeah. But Finley was just kind of like, hey, if I get a green light, can I have 15 minutes? So she's like, she uses it as a bargaining. She's like, I'll do the math if I can get the screen time.
There you go.
Yeah.
Do you ever try to explain to them why it's important to keep on learning during the summer and get a big old brain? Do you ever try to rationalize it?
Your brain will turn into mush if you don't use it. That's kind of where I'm at.
Okay. You don't say things like, if Mommy had learned more during the summertime when she was a kid, we'd have a pool by now.
Wow. That was harsh.
You ever say?
No.
Well, I'm not saying it's true.
Why would I say that?
I'm not saying it's true. Sometimes you have to lie to the children, right?
If Mommy wasn't in radio, we could have more fun things.
Hey, radio pays great. I'm just saying you could be in an even more lucrative radio career. Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah,
I'm
blah.
failing.
No. I say that we don't want to forget everything that we learned so that you don't have to work as hard in the next school year to get caught up. Then you can just start learning new things. And we go through that whole analogy of you're building off of this. First you do addition, then subtraction, then multiplication, blah, 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 blah.
Right.
They get tired of it.
I have a better way to frame this.
Oh, good.
Where it doesn't say that you blew it growing up. You say...
Where Mommy's not a dum-dum. Okay.
Right, where you're not a dum-dum. Where, I love that. You would say, girls, since Mommy paid so much attention in school growing up and did all kinds of work during the summertime, we're going to be able to afford to have a pool and not live in the streets. So you too can secure a beautiful house like this when you're grown up with a swimming pool and all that. See, that's a much more flattering way for me to phrase it.
Yes, much better.
Instead of, if Mom wasn't such an idiot who didn't pay attention at school, we'd have a swimming pool by now. Yeah, so use my second option there. That's my suggestion.
Okay.
Do you think that will fool the children or not?
No.
Okay.
Yeah. They're instant gratification people. They just don't want to do the work. They'd rather go to the pool or watch TV.
It's a great time, yeah.
I know.
Watching TV, yeah.
On a hot summer day, I kind of get it. They've been playing outside and come inside and cool off. Check out some animated children's things. Yeah. There's a new movie. Well, it's not new so much, but it's now you don't have to pay for it on Disney Plus. Raya and the Last Dragon. It was their big to theater release that didn't go to theater because of everything being shut down. So that's new to Disney Plus as of the last couple of days. And it is super cute. We've already watched it twice at our house.
Damn, look at you go.
I know. Little family movie night.
What about, I keep seeing things about Loki. What about that? What's that about? Can you fill me in?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Can't tell you. Loki from Thor?
Oh, yeah, I guess so. Maybe.
I did see that Loki is gender fluid, but is that Thor's brother, Loki?
No? I think maybe. Amazingly, yeah, I did see some of Thor, because I was trying to make my way through the 30 Marvel films or however many there were. I made it through like 5. And I did get to Thor, and I think I feel like I saw a screen grab from this TV show, and now that you mention it, I guess that is that guy.
Tom Hiddleston, right?
Is that who it is? That's Tom Hiddleston? Oh, okay. Mm-hmm. See, I know nothing.
Yeah, Tom Hiddleston. He plays a good bad guy.
Yeah, we spoke to Tom Hiddleston about Loki, PowerPoint presentations, and the nature of free will. It's the story from The Verge. This one came out yesterday.
Whoa.
That's quite the interesting headline. We spoke to Tom Hiddleston about Loki, PowerPoint presentations, and the nature of free will. What do you think's the more intense deal there? PowerPoint presentations or the nature of free will, Kate?
Oh, PowerPoint presentations.
Yep, correct.
Everybody loves a good PowerPoint.
A well executed one, yeah. And so the pressure's on to deliver.
Yeah.
Got to find the right clip art, Kate.
I mean, how does that even come up when you're interviewing someone like that? Like, let's talk PowerPoint.
All right, so some kids could be into this, right? This Loki.
They could.
Let's see, PowerPoint. Let me see if I can find the PowerPoint. I'm going to search this page for PowerPoint. If I were highly skilled enough to use PowerPoint, I could retire and become a professor full-time. When was the last time you did a PowerPoint?
I've never done a PowerPoint.
Oh, really?
How about that?
You've lived a charmed existence, Kate.
I have never had to do a PowerPoint. And if you threw me into that right now, I might start sweating and maybe puke a little.
Oh, God.
Yeah. I've never had to do one. I've never had to learn how to do one. Yeah.
How did you pull that off?
I'm old. I don't know.
I'm the same age. You have a 4-year degree, right?
I do.
And you never had the PowerPoint?
Nope.
Wow.
Not group projects, not solo projects.
Damn.
Nope.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm kind of embarrassed by saying that. Like, my kids know how to do PowerPoint. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, there's Keynote. You could try Keynote. Keynote's really user-friendly. You can do that I have it on the Mac, but you could do it on like the iPad or whatever. That's a user-friendly.
I'm also very charmed that I don't foresee any need to do a PowerPoint in my personal life.
Or professional?
I feel like I've made it this far without having to do a PowerPoint.
Yeah, the thing about radio, turns out,
it's a lot of talking.
We don't really need too many visual aids. We can provide links to things.
Yeah.
On the old Facebook, but I guess that's a good point. You don't need to make a 3D chart.
Right.
An animated 3D chart or anything like that. Huh.
So far, so good.
What if the company's like, Kate, we need you to do a presentation on how to be an awesome radio personality?
Well, I think I've made it this far without them asking me that before.
Deploy the children.
Right.
Now, this reminds me. For some reason, I thought maybe you did a PowerPoint. Can we talk about this? A PowerPoint or some kind of software? Didn't you have to work with some kind of software with the children on something?
I had to help with a PowerPoint during the school year, and I just sat next to Finley while she did it. I didn't do it.
Okay.
I had no idea what she was doing.
Oh, so you were an emotional support animal.
I mean, exactly. I just sat there, made sure she stayed on task.
Exactly.
It was a states project, and she had the state of Nebraska, so she had to do like state bird, state capital, some features, and so I helped her like Google images, like to pick the ones that fit best. But she did all the copying and pasting and next tab, and yeah. To be fair, I don't think I'm an idiot and couldn't figure it out. I just think if I had to do one by myself, I would stress out and
puke,
sweat and puke. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a minute since you've mentioned something that might make you puke.
I know. So far, so good. Yeah. So, yeah, I've never had to do one.
Charmed existence.
Mm-hmm.
It's Kate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Man, I just feel like I've done more than I can count.
Well, everybody wants Matt to present things.
Oh, the command I have over a room, Kate.
When's the last one you've had to do?
Oh, at this point, probably, like 10 years ago.
You've retired?
Yeah, I'm a little bit retired. I'd be willing. I could come out of retirement and do a big old keynote or PowerPoint presentation. Sure. Yeah.
Sure.
I did help. I helped one of the salespeople a while back. She was like, can you help me make sure I got this commercial embedded into this PowerPoint appropriately? And I go over there and I was like, okay, here we go.
Clickety clack. There it is.
And I was like, oh, I think you got it. You just need to go into the presenting mode. And boom. She had it all along, turns out.
Da da da.
Yeah. And yeah, that little musical interlude that you just did happened. It's weird. It's from above.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the heavens opened.
Yeah, it was. You're correct. It was a vicious thunderstorm, and then it suddenly parted, and sun rays came upon us inside this building.
Well, if the sun rays came in, you'd think it'd be more like a choir of angels instead of da da da.
Yeah, it'd be that.
Yeah, like that.
By the way, I asked Kurt our CEO, I asked Kurt for a sunroof in the KJO studio a while back.
How'd that go?
A couple weeks ago. He was very perplexed. We had a meeting. I know that's scary to mention. And he was kind of going around. And he's like, Matt, what can I do to support you? And I was trying to lighten the mood a little bit in the room. And so I go, a sunroof in the KJO studio would be great. And he kind of looked at me and was like, what? This doesn't compute. I was like, I was just joking. I don't actually need a sunroof. Never mind.
Everything's great. Never mind.
Joke withdrawn. My bad.
Nothing to see here.
Mm-hmm.
Carry on.
Yeah, that's what happened. Well, Gary, our previous CEO, showed up we had this company party locally here at the radio station. This is before you started hanging out with me, Kate.
Yeah.
And he walks in and goes, oh, what's going on? We got to sing? We're going to dance? It's my impersonation of Gary. And I go, in fact, we are. I've been waiting for you. May I have this dance? And he gave me
how'd that go?
I got another blank expression. So, 0 for 2 trying to be hilarious with the CEO. 2 different ones. Yeah. Wow.
Didn't learn the first time? Thought you'd try a second time?
Yeah, you know.
New CEO, try it out.
Yeah, new CEO, Kate. You don't know.
Yeah.
Let me try a sunroof joke on this guy and see how. Oh, nope. My bad.
Yeah. Yeah, we were sitting through a slideshow one time, and Kurt, the current CEO, was, there's pictures of him at one of his, what does he do? The Iron Man races where he's a biker and all these. So he's in these biker shorts, and a bunch of the guys in the room were kind of like, ooh, look at those legs.
Cat calling him, yeah.
A little bit. And I was trying to support him and make it sound like, hey, don't let them give you trouble. And I was like, I don't think your legs look that bad. And his eyes were like, oh, I didn't think they looked that bad either. And I'm like,
Yep. Gave him a complex.
Fail. I was trying to be complimentary and it just sounded awful. It was bad.
And now every day of the week is leg day for Kurt.
Right. Anytime.
Way to go, Kate.
Someone brings up your CEO's legs, just let it go. I mean, don't say anything.
Another good common sense tip from Kate.
Yep. I should know better, Matt, because I've had a boss one time who said, you have nice legs for a pregnant chick. So,
oh, God.
I mean, I definitely should have walked away from that.
Oh, God.
I didn't. I was trying to help. It made it worse.
Yeah.
Where my boss was trying to compliment, and it was horrible.
For anyone not familiar, Kate was not in the workforce in the 1950s. This is a modern story, right? This is post the year 2000?
Yeah. This is in the last 10 years.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe he was in the workforce in the 1950s?
No. That's the thing. He always tried to play it off like he was this old man. I'm like, you are not as old as you say you are.
Oh.
And you cannot lean on that.
Trying to do the old man pass.
Yeah, it was gross.
I got an old man pass. I'm able to get away with sexist and racist things. One of those type of people.
One of those kind of people. And he'd always say things like, I probably shouldn't say this. And towards the end, when he was retiring, and I was pretty sure he couldn't fire me, but when he said it at a meeting, I was like, that's your brain telling you to stop talking. Whatever you think you should say right now, you definitely shouldn't. I probably shouldn't say this. Should never leave your mouth. Like, you shouldn't say those things.
You said opportunity to be silent and then just...
Yes. I said, bite your tongue because it's never good. And he kind of looked at me and I was like, yeah, don't say it.
Hey, good job, Kate.
Don't say it. Yeah.
You helped usher him into...
Oh, it didn't last long.
At least the 1960s. I don't know.
But I was just proud of myself for... I was pretty sure I wasn't going to get fired, but still, I definitely had a manila folder with things about him documented in. So if anything ever did happen to me at the station, I could be like, I got a folder. Documents.
That's amazing. Good old manila folder. That's a pretty, here comes the manila folder. Uh-oh, what's in there?
She's putting it in her file.
Yeah, I remember a while back you'd mentioned, I've got a file, and I thought you were just saying like a mental file of things.
Yeah.
And then when I realized, no, a physical file, a manila folder.
Physical. file.
Yeah, don't mess around with Kate.
Right?
You still have that?
Mm,
This is a boss from a while back now at this point.
it is a boss from a while back, but I have a vague idea of where it is at the new house.
Okay. You keep that for sentimental purposes? The HR file on your former boss?
Just in case.
Never know.
It could be called in to testify at somebody else's hearing as a character witness.
And out comes the manila folder.